Hello. We have company today. I just wanted to make a video and I did not feel like setting up all of the stuff for a video that I usually do because I have like a tripod and I have like I have a microphone and stuff like that. I just didn't feel like setting all that up. So you're getting this. The front camera is on. I'm in my pajamas and I feel like making a collage out of magazine clippings today. And I thought I would just do that on camera. On camera. Because I kind of just feel like yammering a little bit today. I am drinking Vietnamese black coffee today and it has me fucking zooted. I am tweaking right now. I'm tweaking right now. So that's part of the reason why I am filming and why I'm talking the way that I'm talking. So yeah, I just thrifted some of these National Geographic magazines a couple days ago, and I love looking at National Geographic magazines from like the 80s, like like from like the 70s to like the 90s. Those are my personal favorite just because the photography is really cool. I started making collages recently as like a form of creative expression, and it's been kind of fun actually. My main way of like expressing myself for most of my life has been through drawing, but I've been feeling kind of burnt out with drawing, so I'm trying different avenues of self-expression, so to say, which is why I have these. And then I also have some of these, and then I also have some other magazines off to the side, but yeah. So, man, what have I been thinking about lately? What did I want to talk about so much to the point where I had to turn on the camera? Let's see. I have been thinking about the past, as I tend to do quite a lot, to the point where it's probably not very healthy, but I'm working on it. And you know, I've been thinking specifically about like the last few years of my life and in general, I guess. And I have come to the conclusion that I have been kind of psyoped in a way. I've been psyoped. What have I been psyoped into thinking? I have been psyoped into thinking that for some reason, not expressing myself is cool. Does that make sense? Not like being like muted. I don't know. You know, I think it's just like this thing I've noticed like on social media, especially where it's like in the last few years, where it's kind of like being apathetic or like kind of mysterious is like cool, you know? And hey, you do whatever you want. But I have come to the conclusion that that is not me. That's not the kind of person that I am. And for the past few years, I've kind of been muting myself, and like the, you know, like just in like the way that I dress, the way that I post on social media, the way that I just kind of carry myself. And I have realized that I actually kind of hate it, and it's kind of making me a little bit miserable. It has been. Like, I threw out, which, I mean, not a bad thing. The earth. Love it or leave it. That's so cute. I think maybe this collage will be like bunny themed or something like that. I don't know. What was I saying? I don't know. Oh, I remember. I remember now. I threw out a lot of my, I guess, brighter colored clothing. I kind of stopped drawing things that I wanted to draw because I was, how do I say? I don't know, like between like 2021 and like 2023 to like 2024 a little bit. I feel like it's just been kind of, I was psyoped into thinking that like I have to be. Maybe this is just something that happens in your early 20s where it's like you feel like you have to be mature. You have to be mature. You have to be, and that's not to say that being mature is bad, but like there's a certain way that you have to express your maturity that's like acceptable. Otherwise, you're cringe and you're weird for caring about things. I don't particularly regret like I don't know how to say this. I don't know. I have just been lamenting on that, on the fact that I, for some reason, was like coerced into thinking that that was something that was okay for me to do. I don't know, like, I guess the more time I've been spending on social media, the more I've just been noticing, the more I've just been noticing shit that's kind of bothering me, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to get too, like, deeply opinionated or anything like that. I'm not here to, I'm not like a super, I don't want to be like a drama channel or a commentary channel. That's not really what I'm here to do. I'm just here to do me, you know? I've just been noticing, you know, the rise of fascism. That's the only way I can really describe it, right? I mean, let's just, you know, let's just say it. Fascism is here. I mean, I would argue that it's been here for a while in the United States specifically. Fascism is here. It's out in the open. You know, people are okay saying shit that they would get, you know, castrated for like maybe 10 years ago. And I think part of why it got to that point or why we're here, there's a lot of different factors into like why why we're at the place we're at right now, right? But I think culturally, I'm talking from like a purely social perspective because I am not a political scientist, but I've noticed this correlation of like, I don't know, people being so like stuck in their own echo chambers that they think regurgitating stuff that is already societally acceptable is like chic and like cool and like never before done or seen before, you know? Like, I don't know. I guess something I've been noticing, like, okay, if we're gonna get into like a split, let's do a specific thing, right? I don't know. I guess I noticed this shift in like when like the clean girl aesthetic was really popular. You know, it's not really that popular anymore, but you know, like a few years ago, I just it's like repackaging these ideas that are already upheld in our society as it is and repackaging them as like a hip new thing for consumerist purposes. It's like, oh, isn't it like so cool to be like not tattooed and like to like not wear like heavy makeup and to like dress conservatively? Isn't that cool? You know, and people eat it up, and people eat it up because it's like repackaged as like a hip new thing, and it just bothers me, I guess. I don't know. I guess the older I get, the more I notice these things as like cycles, you know? I don't know. Or like the whole like monogamy is in. Monogamy is cool, guys. What I don't like listen, I think on like a personal in like a personal regard, that's whatever. Everybody can do whatever they want, right? But I think just taking these, oh my god, this is so cool. Look at this apartment. That is so pretty. I want a bookshelf like that. Wow. Oh, this is about Israel. Oh god, never mind. Ew. Because like in my experience, it's like, was non-monogamy ever cool in mainstream culture? Was it really? Try talking to your coworkers about non-monogamy. Try talking to your like mom's best friend about non-monogamy and see how they react. You know what I mean? It's like these things aren't, they're not new. They're not hip, you know? And it just feels, especially with like everything that's going on right now, it just feels very much calculated to get people on this like trad path, you know? And I'm not the first one to say this. I'm not the first one to talk about this. There's plenty of people out there who are way smarter than I am who are talking about this in way better formats than I am, because I'm just here looking at fucking National Geographic magazines. I don't know. I guess like the more I've been noticing these trends popping up, the more it's been kind of making me scared, firstly. Secondly, just kind of like reflect on my wow, that's pretty. Just making me reflect on my past experiences, you know, and how much of myself I feel like I have been muting or censoring for the sake of what? Of what? I don't even know. That's like the weird thing, you know? Like, I don't know. It's like at least back then when you would sell out, you would get money from it, you know? Like the whole thing about selling out, right? It's like you would get rich. That's why people would do it. Now it feels like people are just selling out to these ideas, these like conservative-esque ideas for what? For nothing. For pennies on Instagram, for pennies on TikTok. That's it. It's like, dude, if you're gonna be like, if you're gonna be a little sleazy little rat for the system, can it should at least be worth it, you know? But I don't know. I guess. Well, what was I saying? Where was I going with this? Right, the amount of myself that I've been censoring for, I don't know, for nothing. It doesn't even feel like I got anything out of it. And I've been trying to get myself back, not to my old self, because, you know, my old self is gone. She's gone. She will never come back, and that's fine. But I guess just to like a mishmash, you know, of my all the parts of myself that I think really align with me. Yeah, that's kind of why I started this channel. I felt like I hated posting on Instagram, and it just started to feel like a chore. It still does feel like a chore. And I guess because of that, I just wasn't really doing anything. It's hard to explain. I want to say from like 2020, like the end, no, yeah, like 2021 to like 2020, like early 2024, felt very much like a little dark age for me, where it was like that, like nothing, like silence. It just felt like silence in my brain. I feel like I kind of lost myself, you know? And I've come to realize that the way that I express myself is very much verbal. I'm very much a talker, believe it or not. I mean, if you know me in real life, I'm not that talkative, but I actually really do thrive on like verbal communication, and not having an outlet for that just felt like it sucked. It just sucked. I didn't like it. And it's kind of just like, what do I do? You know what I mean? Who 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 I lost my train of thought. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But I think kind of going off of what I thought I was talking about, I think we just need to enter this era of just truly just not giving a fuck. In a way, in a meaningful way, because it's like, you know, girl, the American empire is collapsing. Plain and simple. Like it's going down. It's This was kind of something that was bound to happen if you just look at like, that's so pretty. If you just look at like history, you know, everything that's happening right now, it has been kind of in the works for like since the 80s. And it's kind of like, why are we still upset? Well, me, okay, I'm saying we, but I'm saying me. Why am I still so attached to the idea of having a life like my grandparents or my parents? You know what I mean? Because it's like, girl, I can't be comparing myself to them. I can't be comparing my life to their life, dude. That shit, they had shit on easy mode back then. But it's like, why am I still comparing myself to them? Because I guess they're still, you know, it's like, it's a psyop. It's a psyop. It's a psyop. They're trying to get into my head. They're trying to get into my head. They're trying to get into my head and make me feel bad about myself. And I guess I too also thought about this because I went to the grocery store today, and it's a weekday, okay? It's a weekday. I went to one of those like bougie grocery stores, you know, in the morning, mind you. So the entire crowd that was there, it was like wasps, okay? Wasps everywhere. I was getting looks, you know, because I was wearing colorful clothing like I have been trying to do lately, and I was getting looks. I was getting some glares, you know, and it just kind of made me think. It's like, man, it's one thing to experience that as like a teenager, but when you're like a grown adult, you know, and you're still getting looks like that, it's kind of like, come on, I didn't realize people still cared that much about that. It just made me realize how easy it is to lose yourself for the sake of other people's convenience. And I think we should maybe we should not let that happen. I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking about. I love these old like vintage, god damn it, stickers ruining it. But I really love these like old vintage camera ads. I just like the black background with like the white text. It's just clean. I just like it. I think it looks cool. I do think now is the time to really just like take a look around and just, you know, who cares, right? I don't think anybody should really feel guilty or bad about where they are in their life, you know what I mean? Because it's like shit's just worse right now. So it's like, why are we still trying so hard? I mean, I know why, you know, I know why. People want security. That's the only way that people can get security, you know, but we just gotta let it go, man. We just gotta let it go and just live, you know? I don't know. Like, I went to art school, and I don't know. I just feel like they really do, especially in art school, they really do feed you that like super hyper individualistic mentality of like, you need to be special, and you need to be perfect, and you need to be exceptional at everything so you can get a job. And I literally had professors tell me that like the people around you, they might be your friends, but they're also your competition. And I hated that, man. I'm not at all like a super competitive person. I'm not competitive. I'm not profit motivated. I don't care about any of that stuff. Like in my soul, I just don't care. I don't know. It's just it was kind of depressing, I guess, having to hear that kind of rhetoric and having to, ooh, look at this. This is a cool car ad. Very cool. You know, apparently car ads like sell for like kind of a decent amount of money on eBay, like vintage car ads. I didn't know that. New side hustle unlocked, perhaps. I've been kind of like thinking, like I said, about that era of my life a lot, and just how, I don't know, people like me, it's hard because I just don't care about like, I guess I used to care. The thing is that I've never really cared, and then I feel like I was kind of forced to care. You know, this competitive mindset that I just don't have. This drive to be the most specialist, amazingest, visionary artist, which I don't have. And it's been kind of difficult, I guess, after graduating college, finding kind of a place for myself in that way. you know, which I think is what led to me kind of shutting down for a while. There's a lot of other reasons why, but that in itself, probably the biggest reason why, because it was just so, it just felt so forced. And now it's like, oh, I don't care, right? I don't care. It took me, what, it was a while to realize that. I don't know, but that's that on that. And I guess that's kind of what made me want to make that hesitant alien video, is because I was just thinking about stuff, like I was just thinking about stuff that made me happy, and I wanted to talk about stuff that made me happy. It's like, if you think that you should do something, then you should just do it, you know, even if it doesn't make you money. And this all sounds very like cliche. It sounds very like, you know, generic, like teacher monologue of like, you just have to be yourself and just follow your own path. But like, really, you do, you know? And I think people are really quick to dismiss that kind of rhetoric, or that kind of message, because it's like, oh yeah, obviously, duh. You know, that's kind of how I used to be, where it's like, yeah, duh, I'm gonna follow my own path. Yeah, duh, I'm gonna do my own thing. And then next thing you know, it's like, oh my God, wait, I actually haven't been doing that at all. I've been, it happened to me. I got psyoped into thinking that being apathetic is cool, and that like wearing muted colors is cool. And it's like, I like wearing my earth tones. I like wearing my natural colors. I like my natural hair, you know, but I also like bright colors, and I also like having tattoos, you know, and I also like being kind of loud, I guess. I don't know. Look at this, it's a dead fish. I don't know where I kind of have this like method where I find stuff that I think is cool, and then I throw it in like a bag if I don't want to use it, so then I can use it for later. I'm in this like weird in-between feeling right now, where it's like everything is fucked, but at the same time I still do feel kind of hopeful, I guess. Ooh, I like this one. This one's really cool. This one is really cool. It's like kind of scary. I don't know if I want to use it for this one. The thing is too, is I get attached, and then it's like, oh, but I don't want to use it because what if it's not good? And it's like, girl, you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. But yeah, that was just kind of a ramble, I guess. It kind of makes me sad, especially because I think about it a lot, and it's like, man, I don't know. If I was like a teenager at this point in time, man, I would feel so stressed and so sad, as if I already didn't feel that way when I was a teenager, you know. But I just can't even imagine. God, I don't know. I think the world has been, not the world, the internet world has been very, very irony pilled, you know, and it's kind of sad, I guess, because I mean, I used to be like that, but as I grow older, I think I've softened up quite a bit, you know. And I just hope that this era of like hyper irony pilled people not taking shit seriously, I don't know, I kind of hope it ends, because I kind of miss like feeling like I actually have like genuine connections on the internet, you know. Kind of feels like that's been lost to being aloof, you know. Whoa. Ooh. But yeah, that was my rant. That was my rant that probably didn't make any sense, but you know, it's whatever. Maybe one day I'll get better at it. I haven't really been like talking as much lately. Like this is the first time I've kind of like ranted, I guess, in a while. I've been very cooped up lately for various different reasons, so I guess I haven't really had much of an opportunity to. Oh, my favorite is when like you think it's a regular page, and then it print media, such a great thing, right? Such a great thing. I love it. Well, no, I don't want to cut into it because it feels special. Great. I gotta find something else. I'm noticing that I'm going towards more like blue kind of pictures. So I think this collage is gonna be like blue themed or something. I don't know. I kind of just loosely make these, you know. It's more of just like what I'm feeling in the moment. It's not really anything like I'm not like a professional at this, okay? I've had these scissors since I don't even remember. I don't know, what have I been up to? What have I been doing? Working and sleeping and doing this, and also listening to music. I've been listening to this band Tapeworms. They're French. Pretty cool. They have some bangers. It's very like happy kind of shoegazy stuff, which I very much get in the mood for during like springtime. Here where I live, it's basically spring. It's not winter. Winter's over. Winter lasts maybe like a week here, and then it's back to hot weather. So, or a classic spring album for me is Nurture by Porter Robinson. Such a sweet and fun and happy, optimistic album that always just makes me feel good, you know? Ooh, okay. This one has Arctic wolves, so maybe we can find something good here. Let's see, what else? What else have I been listening to? I've been listening to a lot more house music because I like to put house music on when I edit because it helps me focus. So I usually just go on YouTube and I've been listening to a lot of like vinyl sets. So that's been nice. So yeah, just like random stuff mostly. New single by Sextile just dropped today, and it is really, really, oh, I like that. And it's really, really good. I like it a lot. I hope I can see Sextile again soon because I saw them live and it was awesome. They're so cute. Oh, they're so cute. I love them. See, I get attached and then I don't want to cut into anything because it's just like, it's fun to look at, you know? This girl kind of looks like a minion. Oh, I just love all of the photography in this, the film photography. I used to shoot film photography back in my day before it got too expensive. Because yes, it is now. It's so incredibly expensive that I can't really do it anymore. Maybe one day soon I'll like treat myself and I'll buy a roll and, you know, have some fun with it. I don't know, even now I guess I'm finding myself getting kind of quiet. Well, because I'm looking at all these fun little pictures, but also just because I think there's just been this shift in how there's like so much perfection that's been expected online now. It's become such a sanitized place. And you know, there's plenty of other people who've talked about this. You know, it's become such a sanitized place where it's like if you are not showing the most polished, it's like you have to be polished and like the best version of yourself, but it also has to be like effortless at the same time. You have to care, you have to like not care, but also like you do kind of have to care, because if you actually don't care, then it's like people can tell and it's weird, you know? And it kind of sucks. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about like the 2010s era of the internet, because for my Gerard Way video, I was going through a lot of his old tweets, and I don't know, it used to be such a different place back then. And you know, things change. I'm not saying like, oh, we gotta go back in my day, you know, but I do think that it is worth talking about in that everything just feels very sanitized now. And it's like, if you, I guess just because this is like the main place that people go for like information, you know, and so you don't want to spread misinformation, obviously, but also like, should YouTube be the only place you go to for information? No, probably not. I don't think so. I don't think that's a good way of thinking about it. I just hope that with like how insanely unusable a lot of social media has become, I hope we see more of a push for people to just kind of, oh, a horse. Look at that. I love horses. I just hope we see kind of more of a push towards just like not being so sanitized, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's like it's a messy topic to talk about, because like on one hand it's like, maybe you shouldn't be oversharing on the internet. Maybe you shouldn't be talking so much on the internet because it's like a public space and everybody can see you, and maybe you don't want that. But also at the same time, I think people should be able to express themselves in a way that doesn't feel like they have to be so polished about it, because that was what was like stopping me from making YouTube videos, because I've actually wanted to make a YouTube channel since I was like 16. And there's even like there's probably, I think there's a video of, I think I have it actually like on one of my USBs, a video of me doing like a sketchbook tour when I was like 16, because I wanted to start like an art YouTube channel. And man, I wish I did, you know, but I was just so scared. I didn't have the confidence that I have now to like do that. And especially in artist spaces, there's a lot of pressure to be the best. It's also kind of like everybody's trying to be an influencer now, you know, where it's kind of like, if you're not making money, then why are you doing it? You know, if you're not making a YouTube channel to become a famous monetized content creator, then why are you doing it? What's the point? Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe just because I want to. Have you ever thought about that? Geez, maybe I just want to do this. Maybe I just like to talk, you know? And that's it. This guy looks kind of funny. He looks silly. I'm sorry. Well, he's probably dead now. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like maybe I just want to do this because I want to do it. I don't know, like why is doing things because you want to do it like such a crazy concept to people these days? I don't know. Ah, no! Oh, god damn it. That's fine. Ugh, I got glue on myself. Yeah, I don't know. Is this video a cry for help? Maybe, I don't know. Do I feel kind of weird being so candid on camera? Yes, I do, but it's fine. It's okay. See, I was doing a tarot reading on myself the other day, and one of the cards I pulled was the Hierophant reversed. And in tarot, the Hierophant kind of just represents like establishment, kind of like established tradition, religion, like churches, things like that. And I got the Hierophant reversed, and it can mean, depending on like what the reading was on, but in the context of my reading that I was doing on myself, the Hierophant reversed can kind of mean like going against the grain in terms of like spirituality and stuff like that. But you know, it can also just mean being yourself despite what other people might think about it. And even if people think it's weird, just kind of doing it, you know? And that really, I don't know, that really resonated with me. I think after just being in this like kind of weird hibernation period of my life, I think I'm I think I'm ready to be kind of annoying again because the tarot told me. Well, also for a few other reasons, like um, Uranus is going into my first house this year because I'm a Gemini rising. Yes, I follow astrology. Okay, I'm into astrology. I'm into it. I think of that what you will, but I like it. Uranus is going into my first house this year, which should be pretty crazy, honestly. Uranus is a pretty wacky, wild, weird sign. It's going into my first house, which is first house of self, the ascendant, the rising sign. And so I think the universe is just calling me to do this, I guess. I don't know. I still don't know what this channel even is. It's just me. It's just me, and that's it. Because I have learned over time, in my time of being alive, that it is physically impossible for me to be anybody else but myself. Do I sound like an asshole right now? I think I do. I'm sorry if I sound like an asshole, if I sound like too self-absorbed. I'm trying not to be as much anymore. But it's a little, it's a little bit difficult, not being too self-absorbed and then also not being so not self-absorbed that you are unaware of the inner workings of your world. It's kind of hard. It's a little difficult to find the balance between that, but I'm working on it. I just feel like right now, what we need on the internet is more imperfection. And I'm very imperfect. I'm a very imperfect person. My face is not symmetrical. I don't think it is. Yeah, see my eyebrows? You know, yeah, that's it. That's all I fucking got. And if you know me in real life and you see this video, no you didn't. Okay, I'm almost done. Just putting on the last pieces. Hold on, this is like the last part of my collage and I'm struggling. Oh, okay. All right. I think I'm done. Okay. All right, I'll make like a scan of it and I'll put it up like somewhere here, but this is it. Yes, it is like Arctic themed, map themed, and then the bunny. Very, very simple. This is what my nephew is going to inherit when I die. You're going to inherit my collage collection. Aren't you excited? You can hang them up in your house. I used to make them all the time when I was your age. Wow, thanks, Auntie. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. Now I gotta clean up. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.